sit down.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, introduce yourself.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Jitendra. I am from Bargarh district. I have done my graduation in electrical and electronics engineering from BSc Bulla, and then I have been preparing for civil services.
You were completed in 2015
Yes, sir.
and it is 2023. Last 8 years you are preparing for civil service.
No, sir. Actually, I was in a job.
Okay, you are working, junior clerk,
I left the job in 2019, sir.
city range officer. It is a government job.
Yes, sir.
So why you left?
So because first of all, it was a contractual job, and actually at the time it was not able to fulfill my financial
So
expenses.
currently you are not working,
No, sir.
only preparing.
Yes, sir.
And this is your which number attempt? OPSC.
It's a second attempt.
Second attempt.
Yes, sir.
First interview.
Yes, sir.
OPSC first interview.
Yes, sir.
Okay, he has done which BTech in which subject?
So electrical and electronics engineering.
So electrical, you have to mention here subjects.
Okay, no problem.
I might have
Electrical and
forgotten.
electronics, you have to write it down.
Yes.
Because subject specific, we have the questions also, you will encounter there also.
Okay, sir.
Okay, subject specific. So you are having optional here, sociology and history, right?
Yes, sir.
So, and I'll come back later to hobby. So let us know now do you think that now the demographic setup of India in our Indian society is okay now?
Yes, sir. We are extremely in a good condition of demographic dividend, and we have huge potential of youth in India, and we just need to channelize the youth in a proper direction to development of our
I'm
India.
asking demographic parameters. Set of means parameters. I'm asking. Which parameters do you think that in the social aspect, like still the sex ratio has not appreciable? It is
Yes, sir.
2011 census. It was 947,
Okay, sir.
and we're expecting few more increase. Let's say 963 since the census report is now getting delayed. So, do you think that sex ratio? How you define sex ratio?
So sex ratio is mean number of female per 1,000 male in
Okay.
the country.
So, don't you think that still India has not yet achieved the let's say report has not placed, not yet published, and we are tentatively maybe 960 plus around 960. That means still we are lagging.
Yes,
So
sir.
that means India is still like there is in gender parity, there is a huge discrimination.
Yes, sir.
So do you think that which are the main parameters that leads to such kind of states in society, in our society?
Sir, one of the reason is son meta preference, which I have encountered.
Okay.
That means the parents they prefer for the male child, and second is the awareness, lack of awareness in the people that girl child is a burden for them, and also the dowry system is also an issue. So,
Dowry system.
yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
Dowry system, particularly still it is prevalent because Indian, as per the literacy rate, we are having much appreciable. Then how? That's what like is again?
Sir, it's true, sir. We are, excellently good in literacy rate, but still it is said that in marriage, after marriage, uh, the boys side they demand the dowry from the
Then
girl
I'm
side.
asking that what parameters, okay, what parameters that lead to this dowry? Because our what is the literacy rate in India now? Means I mean male literacy and female literacy.
I'm not able to recall the exact number, sir.
Okay. Uh, let's say male and female literacy, we are on an average we can say 70%.
Yes, sir.
Your 70 plus both in case.
Yes, sir.
So 70 plus number is not so bad.
Yes, sir.
Okay, still, why the dowry is an heinous concept in society, in sociology also. So why still dowry is demanded? Means what is the main thing that you can absorb? Suppose you are posted as a bureaucrat in any of the district.
Yes.
So and you are that your district may be vulnerable to such kind of activities. So what are the major things that you realize that there is lagging in our society in that particular pattern?
The dowry as a concept is already inbuilt in the society, and it is very much
inbuilt. That means you can say it is inherited.
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 Yes.
Inherited means inherited in thoughts or inherited in genes?
Sir, in thoughts, sir.
In thoughts.
Yes.
Okay. So how you are going to eradicate this one?
So first thing is the education, proper education among the people. Awareness is the second thing, that we should spread the awareness of dowry system, and we have encountered such news that there is a violence against women in dowry case. So that might, I mean, we have to focus on that area.
Okay, that means in a nutshell we can say the thought perception level can be changed. You have to
Yes,
say that
yes,
is
sir.
through
Education and awareness
awareness program,
program,
propagandas,
propagandas.
for your sporadic your meetings or counseling of in the village areas.
Yes,
That
sir.
can be minimized, that one, because we have got India has already encountered and received good results in the Bihar, West Bengal, UP, where Rajasthan also, where one time dowry was much prevalent.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Uh, Almost in this decade, we can say in this century, you can say the child marriage is almost eradicated. When someone it is nil.
Yes, sir.
Still, there was a case in your Rajasthan that in 10 year girl child has been forced to marry. So it is not only the case in Rajasthan. Also, some kind of cases have been in your encountered in Haryana also.
Yes.
So, what do you think that that Haryana and Rajasthan, in what parameter they are lagging? Why they are facing such kind of things? Does government is unable there, or that something else you want to highlight?
Sir, I have also faced the same thing in my district also. I have seen an example.
You're Bargad from, no?
Yes, sir. I'm
Yeah.
from Bargar, and in a very remote area, I have heard a
Yeah,
news
please
about
tell. Yeah, please.
So, a girl who is under 14 or 13, he was forced to marry a boy. That means one thing I can assess from the incident, that poverty is what they are forcing the people, that their girl child may get married to a boy in a very minimal expenses. So that might be one.
Poverty.
Yes, poverty, sir.
Okay. Okay, very good. Good, Jitendra. So, poverty is a curse.
Yes, sir. Definitely, it's a curse.
Poverty is a curse.
Yes.
How you establish your own argument? If I said poverty is a curse, tell a few words how you substantiate it, how you prove it. Poverty is a curse.
Sir, poverty is a situation, sir, a person cannot do. Uh, we have one thinker I can recall, that is Pierre Bourdieu, who says the culture of excellence. That means the people who is from the background of a poverty, poor people, he can be aspired to become a IAS officer or anything like that. That means a person from Riksha a boy from Riksha family, is not able to dream for higher studies or higher level of thinking in his life. So his only motto was to just feed himself and to be in food and shelter. That's it. So poverty restricts the person's mind to think higher. That's one aspect.
Nice. So, if we compare in Indian society, what it was during the means 1 century back, so can you say that Indian society has transformed?
Yes, sir. It is. It has transformed a lot in adopting some Western thoughts, and it has in a verge of condition to become modernization later.
So, can you justify those particular lines you said in a that the because of the Western thoughts that 1 century back,
Yes.
what our society was, we have transformed a lot. So, can you substantiate your own points?
So just like the women education was one of the point, that women were not allowed to read and not allowed to get education.
Study, yeah.
That's the one thing. And then um, traveling abroad was the concept which was considered to be seen in Hindu society. Later it was changed to uh, I mean, it corrected actually. Then yes, I can recall this one.
Okay, so Western thoughts you said it, man. I consider sociology, Western thoughts has a different. You can go on that one. Western thoughts means which particular parameters that which are responsible that India now India is in your in terms of economy India has ranked fifth.
Yes,
It's a huge transformations. If I say that during the 1920s and now, so we
yes,
have moved a long ahead.
yes, yes.
So, what are the parameters? What leads to such India to these positions? Western thoughts. I'm just putting that thought. Western thoughts. Yes, I agreed that one. Western thoughts. What are those? Break it the lines.
So one thing that globalization that we have done in
Good.
globalization, LPG reform that we had brought in
What is LPG?
1991. So liberation, privatization, and globalization to
Yes.
open up our market to the world economy.
Yes.
That is one thing that lead to our success.
Does LPG works well in India?
Yes, sir. It was initially it was not that close, but after LPG, I think gradually it was
Things were reformed.
reformed.
Okay. So, how do you think that in the present perspective that our Indian government has a vision that to reach India to reach as a 5 trillion economy?
Yes, sir.
So, how do you think that the Indian society can be achieved by 2025?
Uh, it's not a big task for us as seen from her past experience, but
But if I say that one, I'm just interrupting this. I'm adding to your these points. If I say I'm a bit skeptical about this ones because now India is crosses 140 crore populations, or officially, unofficially it may be more that one. So do you think that? But I'm skeptical. It's my own view. Let us have a debate about this. How you think that? You said it's not a big task. So do you think that with your possessing with such 140 crore, let's say unofficially maybe 150 crore plus, and this is an alarming from the UN that this kind of if the fertility rate, the way the Indian fertility Indian demography rate maintains, we apprehend that by 2030 or 2035, India may reach 170 crore.
yes, population.
So, don't you think that reaching the 5 trillion economy is it's bit a challenge for us? It is my opinion. What is how you say that it's not a big tax?
As we have applied the theory of Malthus in third, I think first 5-year plan, that population growth leads to the poverty, and accordingly we check the population and reduce the poverty, and also we can add the marks that.
Do you think that okay, good? Do you think that population check is doing on that one? Means this particular measures has been taken now in India.
Yes, sir. It is.
How come? Vartman, there is no family planning. There is people are less aware about using the contraceptives, and that is why the fertility rate is too high. Even if they have not yet released their census report because they might have apprehended that this may lead to chaos in the society. So how come you say this? Think. No family planning, no propaganda. Is it practically done in Bhubaneswar, in Odisha or state? No. Then how come population is rising abruptly? If I make a graph here, axis wise, if I make a graph, population is going abruptly here, population, and here our economy were expecting to grow, but this is completely. If I say X is possible to Y, this can be done. But now, if this situation happens, then we'll grow economy, right?
Yes.
Population versus your economy. But now it is seen that it is we cannot apprehend this to be directly proportional. That is the main reason that how it cannot be assessed.
Maybe, sir, better standard of living, growing, they lead to.
Now I mean to again I'm asking this Jitendra that
Yes.
5 trillion economy it's not a
Yes.
big task. Okay, how with 140 crore populations if we are doing that one, can we reach a 5 trillion economy truly by reducing our standard of living?
I think, sir, by planning of our previous assessment, I can be optimistic that,
Okay. Yes. Tell
but
me.
I don't have any values or any data.
Previous assessment means
That means in Niti Aayog and in
Okay.
5-year plan that we have done, we have
Okay.
applied both Malthus and Marx theory
Okay.
to both to check population and poverty, and likewise we can apply in later 5-year plans also.
Okay. Okay. I agreed that one. Fine. Population checking policy, recently Supreme Court verdict was there 3 months before, that if such a population policy, do you think that population policy is now a prime agenda, or it is a very crucial to implement this one? Do you think that population policy has to be implemented to such a big continent, subcontinent? Does population policy is needed? Does population policy is needed now?
Yes, sir, because as you said that we are in a uh, condition that very alarming situation we are in, because we have surpassed the China in terms of population. So definitely curbing population is a first priority of our
Public population is a first priority.
Yes.
Okay, agreed. That means to achieve the economic setup, we have to check the population. We have to implement the population policy so that we can maintain that one.
Yes.
Okay. In one line, one set of, suppose I segregate two lines A and B, and here we can achieve the economic gains. Here we can achieve the your demographic setups. Everything we are getting. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Standard of living, compromising. Okay. Surveillance. But here one side, India is an democratic country.
Yes, sir.
We have got lots of sects.
Yes, sir.
We have got lots of beliefs. So, can we really maintain their justice to them, their belief and cultures? So, can we justice to them? Because if such things are done, then somehow their beliefs and their traditions has to be, values has to be curtailed down. That means we are going against the demographic parameters.
Sir,
Sorry, constitutional your values.
sir, for that we have to be in a position to amend the constitution, and also we are talking about the UCC right now.
Yes.
So that might help. That in Hindu, we have seen that sir, Muslim population is growing higher also,
Much higher.
much higher. So by introducing the UCC bill, we may regulate the population of any sect or cult, irrespective of any cult and sect.
Currently, I have read somewhere else in the that your Hindu population growth rate is it is let's say 2% something, 1.5 to 2%, where Muslim population growth rate is 8 to 9%. It is absolutely fatalistic for Indian society now.
Yes, sir.
So, in one side, development, country's economic growth in society, that is everywhere, and the other side, we are somehow you are degrading or you are challenging the values of, or that's why diluting the values of constitutional values. So, how you can it can be making in balance? Means, does it be right to do all these things, or else something else you are thinking?
So we have to take a balanced approach, obviously.
Okay.
So while preserving the constitutional values, we have to take in mind that what our country is diverse, no doubt in that. So bringing UCC is a big challenge, but I think.
Okay, I agreed. Your point good, Jitendra. So actually, when there is a larger interest,
Yes.
we have to compromise some things, because no interest is larger than country's development.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
there might have lots of instances in India where India encountered to change, amend the constitutions when there is a larger interest.
Yes, sir.
You agree with that one?
Yes, sir.
You agree with that one? No?
Yes, sir.
There are some past instances during the regime of Miss Gandhi.
Sorry, sir. Okay.
There are some past instances.
Yes, sir.
You agreed. You said it now. There are some past instances that occurred during the regime of Indira Gandhi, late Indira Gandhi or PM.
Yes.
Do you think that those things are correct, and do you have some highlights to those points? What happened exactly at that time, during those time? Can you get what period I am talking about?
During emergency?
Yes. Can you highlight that one?
During emergency, actually, in for her interest in a small interest, she actually amended the constitution in 1970s in bringing the 42nd amendment. That
When was emergency was that situations particularly happened? That Indian society was almost in turmoil.
yes sir.
That is also known and called as a new black period of Indian polity also,
Yes.
Indian society also. So you said it that she did it for her own personal interest. So was it correct at the time what Gandhi has Mrs. Gandhi has done?
Mm, actually, no sir actually.
Tell freely. Okay,
Yeah.
no. Okay, agreed. Because nothing should be done on your
Nothing
personal
is greater than
interest.
sir national interest.
National interest. So personal interest should be
Kept
your
aside.
you're checked properly. Absolutely checked. Okay.
Okay. You are from Borgar. Tell me some very relevant problem in Borgar.
Sir, one of the problem that we face nowadays is a cancer issue.
Cancer issue,
Yes, sir, it is very prevalent there due to
What?
excessive use of fertilizers,
fertilizer,
Yes,
and
sir.
pesticide.
pesticides.
This is one. Next.
Next is sir, the area occupied by some slums nearby, uh, and it should be checked by and taken care of.
Slum problem
Yes, sir.
in Borgar.
Yes, sir. I mean by roadsides.
That you consider a problem. Okay. Next.
Sir,
Any major socio-economic problem you find in Borgar that impact administration a lot?
as of now, sir, I am not able to.
Okay. Not able to recollect. Okay. So, do you know what is stratification? Stratification.
In society, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Do you agree that stratification is present in society?
Yes,
In
sir.
present society.
Yes, sir.
What type of stratification are present?
So stratification is present both in class as well as in caste, sir.
Caste stratification.
Yes.
So, what we call economic stratification?
So economic stratification based purely on the class basis.
Class basis.
Yes, sir.
Okay, what step government of Odisha has taken to remove this stratification in society?
So both in economic and in socio.
Any step, any policy you can say that can reduce stratification.
There are so many schemes like stratification. Right now, I'm able to
Okay,
name.
so you read in sociology, you read PRI, Panchayati Raj Institution.
Yes, sir.
How many tier?
The 3 tier.
What is the smallest unit of governance?
So the village level, the
What is that
Sarpanch.
governance? My question is, what is the smallest unit of governance in India? Smallest unit. What is that? Is it Jilla Parishad? It is Gram Panchayat
It is,
Samiti? It is Gram Panchayat or any other?
So it is Gram Panchayat.
No, it is Gram Sabha.
Gram-
Gram Sabha. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, tell me what are the, tell me 5 problems this is faced by Panchayati Raj institution in Odisha.
Sir, first I think the devolution of fund from the state to the local bodies.
Poor devolution of funds.
Poor devolution of
Financial problem. Next.
Then election process, maybe unfair election process.
In Odisha, are you sure there is election process is unfair?
Um,
Okay, you have so many hobbies: badminton, cricket, music, novels.
yes.
So, which is the latest novel you have read?
So latest I have won a Nobel by Dale Carnegie, How to Win and Influence People.
How to win and influence people.
Yes, sir.
Dan Clayton basically belongs to
In US. Yes,
What is the novel all about? How to motivate.
yes, a motivational.
So your special achievement is NCC pilot, co-editor in various cultural festival, And badminton, regarding badminton, tell me any famous player of Odisha?
There was a person from Otavira,
Huh.
Bhupesh, something, not able to recall.
Paralympic.
Paralympics.
He's from Paralympics. And cricket, recently we celebrate. Okay, we celebrate how many years of winning the first World Cup? Recently there was a celebration.
So it is 40, 40 years.
40 years.
Sir, 1983 we got the first one.
Which one?
Cricket
First
World Cup.
cricket World
Yes.
Cup. So is it 3 are your hobby? You 4 hobby? Can you able to answer means perfectly?
Sir,
All these
I'm
three.
sure about the music and novels, but badminton I play regularly.
Hmm.
Cricket also I used to play in college time.
So you work in junior classes city GST. Okay, what is the function of city GST office?
So it basically assess the tax return of a dealer and the in person.
You deal with direct tax or indirect tax?
Indirect tax, sir.
Indirect tax.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what is the contribution of indirect tax to the total income of the country?
So it is overall development of the country because by
No. What is the contribution? That means percentage. Direct tax, indirect tax, GST contribution.
sir, GST sir collection I can say it is around 1 lakh crore plus every quarter that I can think of.
Goods and services tax GST does has a significant your changes in the Indian economic setup.
Yes, sir.
How?
Sir, previously it was a cascading effect of taxes, that value-added taxes, so many various other taxes, who leads to the product to be different prices in different states. And there was no uniformity in tax structure in India. And by introducing GST in 2017, we brought all the tax system in uniformity. That's the one benefit.
Okay. So do you think that the money, why then if it is like this, then why still the Money Laundering Act has not yet curbed properly? Does it government is inefficient or what are else other reasons?
Um, Due to some tax havens, sir, in outside country, we're not able to properly regulate that
Tax?
tax havens
Okay.
outside the country. And some issues like in northeastern state, we are sandwiched between the uh, golden crescent and golden triangle. So that
You
might be the
define that
area.
one, Golden Crescent and Golden Triangle.
So golden crescent means the Afghanistan and Pakistan region, and golden triangle means Cambodia, Laos, and Vietnam. I think the
Golden Crescent, how it impact us?
so as we know that in Afghanistan, their only source of income is from cultivating opium and drug trafficking. So it is directly affecting our, as it is a neighboring country and also neighbor to Pakistan. So there is various problems regarding this drug trafficking, then terrorist activities, which affect India's interest.
And regarding your triangle,
Sir, the Golden Triangle region is very close to Myanmar border. Sorry, Myanmar. I mean northeastern state, and from there, due to the porous border of our country in northeastern state, they easily the drugs and human are trafficked, and various others refuge also come to reside in that area, and it's a refugee crisis also seen in recent years.
okay, you said it, okay, agreed.
Yes.
Just a few time ago, you said that porous border,
Yes, sir.
right? So very recently, I think last week, Nitin Gadkari has announced that to connect India with the Thailand, right? And the reason was grain and that this road has been envisaged there. Just see this one. Nitin Gadkari has connect your India to this Thailand particularly here, right?
Yes, sir.
So, do you think that this also making what the government of India has taken the decisions to connect from your Manipur, Nagaland to here, Thailand, connecting the Southeast Asia? It is an that they are having less vision over this.
Maybe, sir, the security forces may be deployed there for that
You
reason.
said it the porous border, based on you what I am telling you,
Yes.
Jitendra. So that means it was a wrong decision by the government of India that Nitin Gadkari announced that Manipur from northeast is connected when India is connected with the Southeast Asia, and what it was during the kingdom of Cholas.
Cholas, sir, yes. So,
So,
it was Lookist policy.
so Lookist policy, that means you are agreeing on that one, Lookist policy.
Yes.
And here you are telling that one, deployment of paramilitary forces can be achieved by we can control over that one.
Yes. But also, sir, there is advantage that we can guard this area also.
Okay. Okay. So that means with proper deployment, it can be you are checked also.
Yes.
Okay.